Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Success Life Live. My name is Eric Reid. I am your host, and I am so glad you're joining me, whether it be through Facebook or the podcast or the YouTube channel or the Spotify or whatever means you're happening to find this. I am glad you took time out to just stop in and listen in and get things going. So good morning to everybody. I see everybody jumping on through the live channel, and so I want to take a moment and acknowledge that and say good morning, Rose. Good morning, Steve. See somebody else jumping in. Good morning, Al. Say good morning. Sometimes that little, icon doesn't always show me who's in the room and what's going on. But I do appreciate you taking time to be here. So what is here? Well, Success Life Live is where we gather each weekday morning to really get this mindset right, to get the success thinking started, to get ourselves drilled in and dialed into what we want to accomplish and how we want to go through the day. And so it's kind of like a little mini group coaching session. Now, I do one-to-one coaching and consulting with a lot of you and a lot of people in general, but this is just sort of like a little bit of a group coaching call. So if you've ever thought, well, I want to be on a coaching call, well, you can consider this your coaching call, your success life thinking, your moment inspiration, your kickstart, whatever you want to call it, it is yours. And so take a moment and share it and comment and follow and subscribe and like and all those other buttons. So buongiorno. Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Greg. Good morning, Mohammed. I think I saw somebody else jump in. Not sure who's in the room. I think Julia's there. Take a moment, say hello to each other and share it out. Again, my name is Ericgreid, or Eric G Reid as it shows up everywhere in the universe, and I am your host. So, today's lesson, productivity, and how are you measuring up? Or, as a matter of fact, how are you measuring? And so often I will be asked as a coach, what kind of coaching do you do? Do you do business coaching? Do you do life coaching? Do you mindset coaching? Performance coaching? What is it? Because I feel that as a coach, I do have an obligation to sort of make sure that we're performing, that we're keeping matrices, that there is some level of productivity, some level of change and growth that's occurring because of our relationship. And so often in some coaching client environments, there's a higher level of accountability or performance or goal achievement than in other coaching relationships that I'm having, or different coaching clients go through different seasons of productivity. And so often I will have somebody come to me and go, I just don't feel like productive. I don't feel like I'm moving forward. I feel like I'm really stuck or stranded, or what I'm trying to accomplish isn't getting done. And what I want to talk about is we have seasons of productivity. We have periods where our productivity may not look like what we think it should look like. And if we pull back, you'll see that you're either in a growth period, you may be in a transition period, or you may be in a recovery period. And so productivity in each of those areas is going to look very different. During a period when a plant is first breaking through, there's this huge amount of growth or productivity that could be measured. But then there begins to be a transition period, and then there may be a recovery period. So when you're starting a new business, starting a new goal, moving through life and changing the direction, and you've got all this momentum and all of this energy, and you're like clicking and clicking and clicking and clicking and clicking, and you're feeling really productive, and all of a sudden it starts to feel like you're slowing down, you may be moving into the implementation, the measuring, the testing, the seed planting, the crop sowing, that period where what you're doing is transitioning from starting to managing, from developing to implementing, from thinking to testing. And so that transition period is going to look very different in its productivity and how we measure that productivity and what that productivity means and looks like versus a recovery period. You may have just come off a big win, a big contract, a big implementation, a big change, running a race or whatever, and you're now in a period of recovery, and you may need to use that recovery period in order to get your feet recentered, to get your product, your business, your ideas back online, and to evaluate and reflect. And so productivity is going to look very different during recovery than during growth. And yet we think for some reason as entrepreneurs and mompreneurs and dadpreneurs and solopreneurs and creativepreneurs and dreampreneurs that we need to be moving at this high level, top of the chart, off the hook level productivity, and that we've got to have this done, 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 done kind of thinking. And when we're not able to check off 10 boxes a day, we're like, oh, I'm a failure. Oh, da, 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 da. Well, you know what? Is the goal to see how many boxes you can check off, or how you can master your business, grow your change, manage the transitions in your life, and live more successfully into each and every day and each and every moment. When I talk about living life with success, it's not about getting to the end of the day and having the most boxes checked or getting the award for having the most things on your to-do list crossed off. It's about managing the life that you're living at the highest and most fulfilled level. Being able to be present at each level of the day, whether it's the dad moment, the spouse moment, the parent moment, the production moment, the business owner, the client, whatever moment you're in, is being able to be at the highest level during that. And so I might be really, really productive and have really high growth in my family, but my business may look like it's in a period of recovery or a period of transition, or vice versa. So don't measure productivity based on check boxes and to-do lists and what did I get accomplished, because I can give you 20 to-dos that you can get checked off and go, yeah, I got 20 things done on my list. But did those 20 things have value? Did those 20 things grow you as an individual, grow you as a business, grow you as a spouse, grow you as a person of faith, grow you as a person of fitness and finance, or whatever area you're working on? Did it really transition you? Did it really produce fruit worth harvesting? Each moment is sacred. We just need to be present for them. Kayleen points out that each moment can be sacred when we are present. And I just sort of corrected it that each moment is sacred. We just need to be present in that space to see it and realize it. When we are focused on our productivity, we are often missing the growth, the journey, the process. Now, I'm not saying, oh, yay, I don't have to be productive. I can just sit back here and do nothing and call it a state of recovery. No, I'm not going to let you get away with that. I got to drill down on the accountability too. But you also have to acknowledge that, wait a minute, I'm in a period of transition. I'm in a period where I'm learning something new, implementing something new, changing something that's been a long-standing habit or behavior or belief in my life. And it's going to take me a while to get used to it. It's going to take me a while to settle into it. It's going to take me a while to understand it. And so I'm not going to be producing at the same level as once I master it. When I started having to learn Spanish because I was living in Uruguay, my Spanish was one word, then one word, two words, then one word, two words, and a guess. As I began to learn the language, my productivity, if it was measured in number of words used a day, was very low because I was learning a new skill. Then as I began to become more familiar with it and I was able to master it, then my productivity went up. So there is this transition period that productivity may look small. Productivity may look longer in the sense that it's taking us longer to get from point A to point B. And then there are those periods of growth where we've cut all the ropes and the ship is out to sea and the wind is behind us and we are just, man, we're on fire. Things are happening. It's grooving. We're going. It's happening. Boom, boom, boom. I'm being productive. My business is growing. My company is growing. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then be willing to acknowledge that there will be a period where your productivity will be based on recovery. I just did this. I just accomplished this. I just went through this season of change. I just hit this goal, this milestone, whatever it is. And now I need to recover or reflect or review what all of that was so that I can get a better vision of where to go next. And if I'm solely focused on staying in the groove, staying in the grind, staying in the hustle, staying in the hump, staying in the move, I'm going to miss that moment of reflection. I'm going to miss that moment of recovery. I'm going to miss that be stilling and knowing where I need to go next. So back off some of the productivity mindset and say, okay, what do I need to do next to get me where I believe I need to be going? And am I in a period of growth, a period of transition, or a period of recovery? You know, if you run a marathon and you turn in a personal best, you don't wake up the next morning and run the marathon again trying to break that record. No, you give everything a chance to recover, a chance to heal, a chance to settle back in. Now you go out and train the next day and you go to the gym and loosen the muscles and stay in the groove, but you don't run another marathon the next day. If you're changing your financial situation and you just made some big budget cuts and you've settled into a new savings plan, okay, settle into it, get used to it, get used to that, and then plan to move forward to the next level. If you're in growth mindset and you've got things happening and things are growing, then go with that, flow with that, stay in the groove. But also take time to transition to the next level up and know that that transition level is going to require a higher level of skills, a higher level of knowledge, a higher level of time before you might see those seeds planted. Be intentional on daily reflection. Thank you, Helen, for pointing that out. I so agree that I don't want to get to the end of my day. As a matter of fact, I don't want to get to the end of my life and be able to show everybody the to-do list that I got done. Because that's not what it is. This success life is about being able to grow each and every moment of the day into what that moment holds for you in your business, in your faith, in your finances, in your fitness, in your family, in your relationships. And they're all going to have different levels of productivity. They're going to have different levels of growth. They're all going to be in different states of transition. They're all going to be in different states of recovery. And you have got to be willing to acknowledge that different areas of your life will require you to be present in different degrees and will look different on the productivity chart than maybe other areas. And relax. Cut yourself some slack. One of the biggest burnouts that happens with entrepreneurs, business builders, dream makers, life changers, is they get so focused on, I'm not doing the productivity the way I need to be doing. It's not happening as fast as I need to happen. So therefore, the system, the tool, the process, the product, the idea, the whatever, has got to be wrong. I'm abandoning it and moving it on. It's not producing the results I want fast enough. So the problem has got to be it, not me. So I'm getting out and I'm moving on. I'm getting out and I'm moving on. I'm getting out and I'm moving on. And they get in a cycle of like, well, I'm not producing as fast, as big, as much as I thought I could, as should have been, where people blog about online, so I'm getting out and moving on, getting out and moving on. You got to slow down. You've got to settle in. You've got to be part of the process and allow yourself the productivity that's required for you individually to be successful in what you're seeking. All right? So when people ask me as a coach, what do you do? Do you focus on life? Do you focus on business? Do you focus on performance? Do you focus on accountability? Where are you? What do you do? Why would I call you? Why would I hire you? Understand that I come to you with a mindset from multiple coaches and multiple thought thinkers and inspirationalers and influencers. And I understand that you come to me with a different set of needs than the guy next to you or the girl next to you or the call before you or the coaching session later in the day. And so I understand that your productivity doesn't have to match the next guy's or the next gals. I understand that your journey is your journey and we need to meet where you're at. And we may focus on business. We may focus on life. We may focus on family or faith. We all need to understand that this is not just a one thing. That we are a composite of all the things going on in our life. And for us to be successful, we've got to address them completely or holistically. Sort of in our Western world, we've got away from that idea of being a whole body, a mind, body, spirit thing. And we'll have doctors that will treat the physical, and we'll have doctors who might treat the mental, and doctors who might treat the spiritual, when in fact we need them treating the whole body in a whole way. But that's a different conversation for a different day. That's all I can say. So check your productivity. Ask yourself how you're measuring it. Ask yourself where you're at. Am I in a growth period? Am I in a transition period? Am I in a recovery period? Am I giving myself allowance to be productive in different areas at different levels? Or am I trying to charge everything at the same level with the same intensity? All right? Because it won't work. You'll burn out. You'll explode. You'll implode. You'll collapse. You'll be like one of those crazy people walking around Walmart in your pajamas at 2 a.m. looking for ice cream and beer or whatever. All right? So relax. It's not about productivity. It's about the process and enjoying the process and the journey. So I'll put a blog up later today on this. I've sort of started getting it written, but I just didn't get it done. Wasn't as productive as I thought I'd be this morning. See, we all just got to measure it as we can. Tomorrow is Fun Friend Friday. I am so excited. If you have not been to a Fun Friend Friday, this is your invitation to join me tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Eastern. I bring somebody who has influenced, impacted, or just made me wake up and laugh into the circle, and we share a little bit of ideas, a little bit of thinking, a little bit of back and forth, and you get to benefit. I get to benefit. I take notes. I transcribe it and keep it in my personal journal. I'm actually getting good at trying to share those as well. So tomorrow's is my dear friend Joyce Diaz. She is from Canada. She is a thought thinker, a leader, an inspirational, a teacher. She is Canadian, so what's not to love? Her sense of humor, her sense of storytelling, her sense of leadership, her compassion. I love her. I got to sit and watch her do a speech, and I'll try and get her to do it tomorrow. I'm not sure we'll have the time. It's a 3-minute speech. It's on connecting. It made me laugh. I knew in that moment that she was somebody that I needed to run closely by and learn from. And so I'm excited to bring Joyce Diaz to us tomorrow as part of our Fun Friend Friday. So if you're going to be watching during the Facebook Live, please be here at 8 a.m. Get ready to share it out. It will be later added to the YouTube channel and sent out through the podcast, so you can always catch it up there as well. Again, Fun Friend Friday tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern with Joyce Diaz. Success Coaching Live is now done first on Facebook, then shared out through the podcast for replays and YouTubes and all over the place, so you can always get a chance to check in and check up on it. In the meantime, take a moment, share this out, invite somebody to join us in the morning. This is sort of like a group coaching call. We all show up together. And I am so glad you took time out of your busy morning to join me here. I hope that I added value to you. I hope that I brought you something to think about and put into your day to help you grow your success and grow your mindset and get you in the direction you need to get going today. I know that we have some people from Italy, and I got somebody here from South Africa and somebody from Canada, California. I think Australia's in the house, not sure. Go ahead and shout it out where you're from. But I know we are all not in the morning zone, but I do the best I can. All right? In the meantime, go out and live today with success. Be blessed. It's yours to have. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a great day.